What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. As you can see in the top left hand corner we have 112,593 coins, which is sensational considering how bad we have been doing. Now, before we get into this video, if you could drop a thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. Somebody messaged me today. He's been tracking my stats on Draft to Glory. What a god. I can't remember your name and I do apologise. I will get it for the next video. He's basically made this spreadsheet where he's tracking all my stats, right? He's tracking every time I take a goalkeeper and who it is, every position I take and who they are. He's taking who I pick as my captains, my team ratings, what round I win or lose in, my top rated packed player, whether I win or lose on penalties, and my top goal scorers, and it's just sensational. And what I'm going to do is every 15th episode is I'm going to get my graphics guy to make this into like a screen that gives the information there. So to the dude that you are, once again, man, I appreciate it so much that you'd go to the trouble spending your free time to do something like this for me. Just to give you guys like a brief background of what it is. Like, so far I've gone to penalties twice, I've won one, I've lost one. So far in my packs, my top rated pack player, I've packed a 79 rated player once, an 80 player once, an 81 twice, an 82 twice, an 83 once, an 84 once, and an 85 rated player 2 times. So my most packed top player is actually the 85, which is great. I've got to the final and won it once. I've got to the final and lost it 3 times. I've got to the semi-final and lost it 3 times. I've got to the second round and lost it once, and I've had no wins 2 times because I suck. Now, as I said, we've got 112,000 coins up in the top left. Interestingly enough as well, that Moreno sold, that Sterling sold for 13,750, pretty nice indeed. A few of these boys sold. I've actually got a whole bunch of players that didn't sell, and what I'm going to do is, because they didn't sell, I'm going to add, this guy I might actually try and sell again. Let's see what he's going for right now. 3k, 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 2.2. So I think mine's still the cheapest there. But if there are any other players here that didn't sell, there aren't actually. It's just chem styles and contracts and such. So we're going to relist them. Going forwards though, guys, I'm probably, if a player doesn't sell instantly for more than 600 or 700 coins, I'm probably going to keep them and wait until there's a squad building challenge that's relevant for them. Now, I've waited to record until right now because we do indeed have a brand new team of the week in packs, which means for drafting and for our pack, it should be pretty good. And do you know what? Today, I'm going to go with the 4-3-3 attack. I've been using the 4-3-3 a lot recently. I'm trying to find a good formation for me this year. Oh, okay. I know based on this spreadsheet that Cristiano Ronaldo has been my captain, picked 3 times, and Ronaldo is my top scorer with 15. My second highest goal scorer is Olivier Giroud with 6 goals. That's insane. I'm going to pick Aubameyang for this captain because I haven't used him yet, and every time I face him, he is just outstanding. So if we could get a Royce, a Ribery, a Robben, someone to go on this left-hand side that's going to help us, I would be very appreciative. Unfortunately, we don't get anything that helps us. I might go with Mertens and try and go... or Insigne. What have they got? Insigne's got a little bit better dribbling, a little bit better passing, but way worse shooting. 3-star, 4-star to Mertens, 4-star, 4-star. I'm going to take Mertens. Now, somebody told me about how to change chem styles, and I'm going to see if their theory is correct. I don't believe it is to be true. But I'm going to test it out at the end here. Now, we do need we do get a Bundesliga midfielder, Stocker. 4-star, 3-star is not bad, actually. Medium, 5'10". He'd be better suited, in my opinion, as a centre mid rather than a cam. But we'll put him in there for now, and we'll see what we get here. We get ourselves... oh, hello, De Bruyne. And you know what? Now, taking Thiago might be a logical choice. But taking that De Bruyne card, he gets the soft link to Mertens. There are an abundance of Man City left backs and right backs that we can use to link to him anyway. We don't get one here. We do get Marcelo though. Ooh, we get Rodriguez as well. Wow, we've got some choices here, man. We could take Alexandro, who obviously gets a link there with Mertens as well. And Alexandro's card looks crazy good. We could take Marcelo, who doesn't get a link to anyone and would just be illogical to take. But I don't know. I always favour La Liga, don't I? I don't do it on purpose. Could take Rodriguez. The problem with taking Rodriguez is we've got 2 leagues on this left-hand side that don't fit the Bundesliga. So if we were going to go Bundesliga, it would be down the right-hand side and then something else down the left. So the choices would be Leighton Baines, who gets a soft link to De Bruyne, or Alexandro, who gets a soft link to Mertens. Now, if we take Baines, we could just go BPL. If we get that new Theo Walcott at left wing, if we get Eden Hazard, if we get Alexis Sanchez, if we get Arnautovic, we could throw them up there and we go BPL down the left. Or we could take Alexandro and wait for a better midfielder from the Calcio A. I'm going to go with Leighton Baines. We're going to go BPL down that left side, if possible, of course. Eden Hazard would be a dream. We get Gareth Bale. Oh, legend George Best. There you go. We will take him 100%. That just helps us all sorts of ways. Gives us good links now for these midfield spots. We get Dembele, Rakitic, Pjanic, Khedira, and Marquisio. So with 3 Juventus midfielders, what are you doing to me? Dembele would probably be a good shout, wouldn't he? Because this might be a case of getting rid of Aubameyang and using him as a sub. Because if we take Dembele, for the simple fact that he gets that strong link in there with De Bruyne. Now, okay, Aubameyang doesn't get the links that he needs, but we could just put a different BPL striker up there. Now, we've got Florenzi. He actually has an inform now, and his inform has been upgraded massively. He's gone to 80 defending and 80 physical. We've got another Juventus player, the right back. Now, Kyle Walker would probably be the logical choice here because we do have the BPL players, and if we did that, that puts us up to 65 chemistry. Obviously, gets a strong link with Dembele, who now has 3 or 4 links needed. De Bruyne is going to be a bit of a problem. It does look like we're going for a BPL team here, guys. I didn't really want to. I did definitely want to go for Bundesliga, but we just don't have the players right now. We're gonna take Dejan Lovren right there, another BPL choice, and then I'll find. Oh, Cabaselli's not a bad shout. He's actually got a really with basic chem style as well. That's really good, and he gets that Belgian link again to De Bruyne, giving De Bruyne all the links that he needs. And then in goal, with De Gea here would just be ideal. We get nothing to help us. What do we have? Belgian and is that Croatian? Let me know my flags. He is Croatian. There we go. So we'll just take like the most logical choice, and it would be the Frenchman. There are so many French BPL defenders. We're up to 89 chemistry to start with. A BPL centre mid, a BPL striker, a BPL left wing would be good. A BPL goalkeeper, a couple of better centre backs. There's a long way to go to build this team into something that we're going to be happy with. I'm going to take Renato Sanchez here because straight off the bat, I know he loses 1 chemistry for the team. He's a better midfielder to sit behind Aubameyang. They both get to 7 chemistry as well, although, well, 6 for Renato, but we can make him to 7 with a good manager. We could get Aubameyang to 8 with a good manager. Now we get some. We do get Toprak here. He's not from this. Like, he's just not from the right league. But if we also got Wendell, we could do Bundesliga there. We could take Bender. I don't particularly like him as a defender. I used him before and I wasn't like best pleased with him. The logic again says go take, you know, Johan Cabaye. Like, he's got a decent card. It's not crazy good, but it's not bad. You know, he's 5'9" only, but 4-star weak foot, really well rounded, and slotting him where helps us the most. Right now, seemingly nowhere helps us the most. Instead of Lovren helps us the most because he gives the keeper a little bit of a link. So we can throw him in there to start with. But I have a feeling he'll go in the centre of the park once we get that BPL attacker. We get Kieran Gibbs here as well. Now, Kieran Gibbs can be helpful to us as well because he can go up at left wing and just help the general chemistry of the team for us to then, I know we lose 1 chem with him there, but if we now do this and put Lovren in, and then put Cabaye in here, that's only 80. How is that only 85 chemistry? That's crazy. But now we're just literally 1 BPL player away from completing this team. If we could get that new Theo Walcott, I'd be very happy. Look, oh, Paulo Futre, we get a second legend. Never mind. Kieran Gibbs can see you later. Paulo Futre goes in, and that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. We're up to 93 chemistry. We've got 2 legends in this draft. You know what's crazy? People have been tweeting me literally all day showing me 4 legends in a draft. Oh, look at that. Chris Smalling, absolutely spectacular. I will be taking Chris Smalling and I will be putting him in defence. Doesn't matter which side we go with, he's going to boost us by 3. So it's who's better between Lovren and Cabaselli. Cabaselli's got same physical, a lot worse defending. But much better pace, and I think I'd prefer that pace. What's Lovren got for height? 6'2" high. I'm not really interested in high attacking work rate. 6'2" low high, much better for me. So we're up to 99 chemistry now. We just need the goalkeeper. I would actually be happy to play Aubameyang on 7 chem up front, and if we could get like a legend centre midfielder, that would be perfect. Now we could take Joe Hart here. He gets the soft link into Chris Smalling. We don't have a... we do have Begovic. No. I was going to say we don't have a BPL goalkeeper there, but we do have a BPL goalkeeper, and that is our 100 Chem team complete. And I think this is going to be our highest rated ever team as well coming in here. We get Matthew Debussy. We could have taken Bundesliga eventually, but I'm glad we didn't, because I feel like this BPL team is coming along really nicely. I wouldn't mind one more really solid midfielder. Valencia would be good for a sub. Manolas would be really good for a sub. I'm going to take Manolas here and use him as a substitute for probably Cabaselli late on in games. This is where it's important for us right here, guys, is whether or not we can get a midfielder and an attacker in these next 3 slots that is just going to round off this team absolutely perfectly. And it doesn't look like the midfielder is going to be coming good for us. We'll take Bernard there for that rating, for that pace, for those skill moves. Next up, we've got Salah Agrafaguli Gamero. Now, does Gamero actually works? I'm going to be taking Gamero, and I'm going to be throwing him up there, and we're going to be swapping De Bruyne and Cabaye, although Cabaye goes down. No, Cabaye doesn't work now. That actually doesn't work. Aubameyang stays. I mean, I don't mind having Gamero as a super sub anyway. I think he's got a very good card. And then last but not least, the Silvers. Unlucky. We'll take Umar for that 89 pace. However, he will be coming straight off for Mertens. We'll be taking off Jairzinho for Lovren. This is just mainly to get a rating, to see what the rating is, and Bernard to get for Kieran Gibbs. And we end up with an 84 rated team. Now, I'm going to pick the manager. Obviously, a BPL manager or a Bundesliga manager would be very helpful. We get a BPL manager and no Bundesliga, so we'll take Arsene Wenger there. We get a 184 team, which is decent. Now, I want to now have a look at what this chem style... So the person that explained to me how it works is when you swap a player, they adopt the chem style of the other person. So Manolas has Powerhouse, Lovren has Shadow. So if I swapped Cabaselli and Lovren, Cabaselli should now have Shadow. That's how he explained it to me. Obviously, that doesn't work. I didn't think it would work. Wait, I just completed a manager task. That's what's up. I didn't think it would work, but that's where we're at now. Kieran Gibbs, actually not bad compared to Baines. Baines has got better passing, but Gibbs has got way better pace. I'm going to play Kieran Gibbs in the first game. I might switch back to Baines later on. I want to get Renato Sanchez on the bench instead of the goalkeeper. Now, there's no injuries in FIFA anymore, right? Or no forced taking off injuries. So the only thing we've got to worry about on the bench is the actual players that we're going to sub on for super subs. And for us, I think this bench is solid. It's maybe a bit too defensive. In fact, on that note, let's take off Lovren and we'll put on Bernard. He's got a very good card. I don't know if he has 5-star skill moves still, but he's 4-star. But that, guys, is going to be our team. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we'll come up against has got a 184 team. It's actually a really, really good team, all barring that one centre-back. Figo, Bakambu, Neymar, Isco, Gomez and Casemiro. Strong midfield. Jimenez, Felipe Luis and Vidal in defence with the random centre-back with a Hunter card on him as well, and then a decent goalkeeper to boot. But for me, this was actually a very comfortable, easy game. We start things off getting down the right-hand side with George Best and cutting it in across to Johan Cabaye. Cabaye was one of those players, if you remember back in the selection section, I wasn't sure whether or not I would take him or somebody else in the 5 choices. We ended up taking Johan Cabaye. And it was one of the best decisions I made this draft, no question about it. We get De Bruyne in behind there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang makes that 2-0. Some great work again from George Best down the right-hand side. De Bruyne in the right place. Aubameyang showing his inner monster. As I said to you guys, I never really played with Aubameyang before. I played with him a few games on my Road to Glory account as a lone player that I had. But I only used him as a substitute mostly and in like Division 10 and 9, so I didn't really get like a true feel for him. But ultimately, he is just as good as he feels when people play against me with him. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he's so tall or what, but but there's something about Aubameyang that makes him feel unbelievably faster than he actually is. Like when you take into consideration other players that I've used, like Gareth Bale, like Cristiano Ronaldo, even with the correct chem styles on, they never have that feeling of true pace like Aubameyang does. Aubameyang just seems to have that extra edge all the time, and it's awesome. Into the second round we go after a 4-0 rage quit. He's got a 184 team as well. George Best, Rashford, Nolito, David Silva, Kante, Modric, a fantastic defence. You know, as Piliqueta in there, the Man City centre-back, Ter Stegen also at centre-back. Just in general, he's got a really, really good team, but much like game number one, this was just pretty easy for me. George Best again doing work down the right-hand side. Sorry, this isn't even the game that was easy for me. I showed this game here because it disconnected. I feel like I was going to score a goal there, by the way, but the game disconnected. The reason why I wanted to show it is because I did get the 1,169 bonus match coins, first of all for the coin add-on bonus thing, and then secondly for the short time that we played, but it disconnected, so I had to enter the second round again. We come up against another 184. Frederick Ljungberg in there is another legend. We're coming up against a lot of legends now. He's got striker Ronaldo, De Bruyne, Son, Amrabat, Fellaini, PK and Mustafi as Piliqueta and Carvajal. Again, a really, really solid team, and I look at teams like this and I think, my God, even on 7 chemistry, that striker Ronaldo is just going to be out of this world good. But we end up scoring the first game, a beautiful little 1-2 with Aubameyang and Dembele in behind his defence. Aubameyang, normally right now, like that's a FIFA 16 finish, clear as day. Normally at this point I would be doing the driven low shots, but for some reason I just went back to old style finishing, and it seemed to be working. We also scored a patched back post corner header. Ball comes in, play it short off the corner, cross it to the far post. Chris Smalling was there, heads the ball in the back of the net. My opponent rage quits at half-time at 2-0, and due to the match stats you could probably see why. He had 43% possession and just the 1 off-target shot in the entire of the first half. Into the semi-final we come up against a guy with a 4-1-2-1-2 team. Now I am going to have to mute the audio for this game, which I apologise for. I played against a subscriber. He turned his mic on 5 minutes into the game, and he gave a fantastic running commentary of the game throughout, but I think for the sake of the video, for the video purposes, I think he's going to be a little bit too loud for you guys, so I'm going to have to mute the whole lot just to make sure you don't hear it. And he actually ended up scoring a really nice goal to start with. Griezmann, beautiful 1-2 in behind my defence. Again, you know, I'm working on my defensive errors, I'm working on my problems. I know I've got really poor defensive structure in my teams. I am working on it, and in that instance I defended poorly, but his attack was pretty good. We end up getting back into the game. Good save from the keeper there from across. Dembele picks up the loose ball, takes a shot and scores the goal to make it 1-1. And I was shushing him just for a bants, because it was funny that he was talking a lot throughout the game, so I thought shushing him would be a fitting celebration. We end up going 2-1 up just before half-time, guys. De Bruyne there takes a shot. It takes a wicked deflection off of his player. Really unlucky, really unfortunate deflection to absorb, and the ball goes in to make it 2-1. And then we score one of my favourite goals so far this FIFA. It's not a goal that by way of skill or anything like that. It's just really good passing and really good game mechanics. I waited for the right passes. I waited for his defence to step out and make the mistakes. Just beautiful passing down that right-hand side. Lovely little 1-2 between Walker and Aubameyang, and then the first-time shot across the keeper curves into the bottom corner to make it 3-1. And although I was in control of this game, my opponent did manage to get himself back into the game. He gets a corner in the 79th, 80th minute or so, goes into the box with Ben Arthur, cuts it across. My defender lunges and misses it. It falls to Laurent Koscielny, who obviously has a thunderbolt of a shot, making it 3-2. However, that is how this game finished. So we make our first final in a considerably long time. I was just happy to be here. Regardless of whether we win this final or lose this final, I was just happy to be in the final. You know, it's been a struggle to get here again. We end up coming up against a 183 with a great team. Benteke, Nolito, and another legend, Figo, in there. He's got Ramsey, Depay, and Milner in midfield. Then he's got Shaw, Smalling, Otamendi, and Van Aanholt in defence, with good old Steve Mandanda in goal. Now, one of the things to know about Steve Mandanda is he's terrible at saving long shots, and I knew that, and I knew that because I actually scored. I played against a guy called Atsi, he used to be a YouTuber, streams from time to time on Top's Kick, and I played against him and I scored some bangers from range, and Mandanda was just horrendous, and I conceded the first goal of the game. A bit disappointed in how my team defended that. I collected the player. I got into a position to head the ball clear. Unfortunately, the computer said no and decided that the guy would swan dive for the ball rather than actually try and clear it. And then we get our first goal, guys, which is a Johan Cabaye banger. And again, just goes to show that having him in the team was absolutely the right decision. This game here, though, that we were in was incredibly close. Very, very good opponent. He was very strong, very good with the ball. As you can see, a little bit defensive. I got super lucky to pick up the loose ball twice. Hit a long shot with Aubameyang again, and it flew into the top corner in the 120th minute. And unfortunately for my opponent, after kicking off, it was full time. But I was very happy to pretty much steal a win in the 120th minute and pick up our first draft win in like, what, 8 episodes or something. I was so happy. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. So guys, we end up winning the draft. I'm so happy, like so happy that we won that draft. It was a fun draft. The first 2 games were really easy. The third game was against a viewer. I could hear him down the mic the whole game. Had a fun game against him. It could have gone either way. I did control the game a little bit, but he was dangerous in attack. And then into the final, it was a really weird game because the guy was just absolutely fantastic when he had the ball. And he was on part of the bus, so I scored from 2 long shots. You know, he easily could have scored 2 or 3 more goals. I easily could have scored 2 or 3 more goals. It's one of those games that could have ended either way. I'm so fortunate that it went in my favour. I got very lucky with the bounce that gave the ball to De Bruyne and then eventually Aubameyang to score that 120th minute goal. But this team was great. Aubameyang is just amazing, isn't he? He is just amazing. He was the difference here today. I thought Johan Cabaye was brilliant. I thought Best was good. Wasn't overly impressed with Paulo Futre. I thought Kabasele was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed this team, I'm not going to lie. Now, we win our second draft, which is nice. In terms of the reward, I don't even care. Even if it's the worst reward, I don't care because just winning the draft was a paramount thing for me to do. And we get 2 mega packs and a premium gold pack. That's actually pretty damn sweet. So it's 77,500 coins worth of packs. We're going to start off with a rare gold player, and it is going to be the Wolfsburg centre back Bruma. Other than his pace, his card is pretty damn sweet. But yeah, we're going to easily make profit here today. I don't think I have enough space on the trade pile to send everything up. So we're going to send up... I'll leave the contracts and fitness cards in the club for now. And we'll send players up for the time being. And I'm not going to let it... Actually, let me send everything that I can up. And then I'll discard what I can't. And then we'll see what we're left with. But that's the first pack there. Didn't really get much out of that, guys. So we've got 2 mega packs available to us. Something nice would be amazing. EA, let's go. Oh! It's an inform! It's an inform! Who is it? Oh, it's Rafinha! I don't know if that's good or not because it's a position change, but that is amazing. We packed an inform. Our first one of the series. Get the hell... Oh my god, Raheem Sterling's in there again. That's amazing. We've got Rafinha, guys. Can you believe it? Unreal scenes right here. Rafinha is in the pack. It is an inform. He's going for, by looks of things, about 50,000 coins. I'm going to probably just list him up for 45k to try and get rid of him quick time. We'll list him up 35 start price and 45 bin. That's amazing. Musacchio sells. Sterling, another 13, 14k. Unbelievable. I'm genuinely blown away, guys. I'm blown away. We'll send all those up to the trade pile. The manager will get rid of the contracts and such. We'll send up a fitness card there. Sorry, the healing card, which actually sells for a considerable amount. That's like 2,000. The training card I also believe is like 2,000 or 3,000. Where are we at? Yeah, it's like 3k for that. That's like another 5k right there. We also got the Santiago Bernabeu, which we'll send up, and we get ourselves 1,500 coin unlock. This has been an amazing, amazing episode. We pack an inform, and we've still got a mega pack to go. Let's go, EA. Let's see what we get. Can we get something good again? Boom, no. Well, I suppose that would have been a bit too greedy. We end up getting ourselves Mandzukic, who 83 rated isn't too bad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with what we've got here. We get Eder there, who's not bad. I don't know how much of this is going to fit into the trade pile, if any of it at all. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't all fit. So we'll have to send the rest of this to the club. I'm amazed. Fitness cards out, the Yin Yang, a healing card, the Italian manager card might sell for 200-300. That pack wasn't so good. That Australia kit might sell just because it's a really nice kit. We'll discard the rest. But guys, we pack ourselves in form Rafinha from one of our 35k packs. We've actually got 8 items that have sold on here as well. Boom, we get rid of those bad boys. There he is, guys. 4-star, 4-star. As a right mid, he's not ideal. As a centre mid, he would be amazing. But an inform is an inform. We've got a special card. Thank you, EA gods. This is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.